Biology Part 157. Operant condition occurs when a particular action is either rewarded, positive reinforcement, or punished, negative reinforcement. For example, the birds feeding on insects rapidly learn to discriminate between those which are safe to eat and those which are noxious or foul tasting. In a similar way, the trial and error behavior of many species leads to useful learning about the environment. Classical and operant conditioning are grouped as associative learning because in each case the organism forms a new association liking a stimulus to a particular response. The development of such an association can often be represented as a learning curve. Number 4, exploratory learning. When an animal like a rat is placed in a maze, it will explore the maze even when no food reward is offered. If such an animal is subsequently given a food reward, it learns the correct route through the maze much more quickly than that of an animal who has no previous experience or which is given a food reward from the outset. The difference in performance is due to exploratory learning. In the wild, a similar knowledge of the surrounding is often vital in helping animal to evade predators. Number 5, insight learning. This involves the ability to recall past experience and apply them to the solution of new problems. Only a very few animals appear capable of insight learning. Dogs are unable to solve simple detour problems except by trial and error, but a chimpanzee confronted with a more difficult problem is able to stack boxes to reach a food reward. Humans are unique in the extent to which insight learning is used. Production, reproduction. Now we get to another topic of biology, it's reproduction. First of all, we'll talk about the production of gametes. Well, when we talk about the production of gametes, it can be asexual or it can be sexual production. So there are both columns, the sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. All organisms die sooner or later, so that if a particular species is not to become extinct, a new organism must be produced. This process is called reproduction. Asexual reproduction is a non-sexual reproduction that occurs in bacteria, fungi, protozoa, algae, and many plants, and also in a wide range of animals. Only one parent is required, and the offsprings produced are genetically identical to the parent and to each other. In Amebia, the asexual reproduction takes place by binary fission after a period of growth during which our chromosomes are duplicated. The organism rounds up and nucleus divides into the organism's rounds into two equal parts. Nucleus divides into two equal parts, which passes into two daughter cells. The daughter cells grow and reproduce in the same way. Asexual reproduction allows population of organisms to increase very rapidly to take advantage of favorite conditions. This is discussed further in our tutorial. Forthcoming tutorial. Sexual reproduction is used by almost all organisms and is often the only method available for complex organisms such as vertebrates. Typically, it requires the fusion of specialized male and female sex cells and gametes, which are produced by two different parents, the male cells and the female cells.